Hey, how you doing? I hope you guys are doing well. So this is going to be another reading. This one might be a little bit shorter only because I've got things to do. So maybe I might do a part two or carry it on when I come back. But I just wanted to do a energy reading in regards to evil eye because I've done an energy reading that was general, but I'm doing an evil eye reading to see who's watching, who's placing their evil eye on you, who's monitoring you, who is soul searching you, who is, feeling like they're soul tied to you, who's obsessing over you, that type of energy, because evil eye can come underneath those things. But let's just go into it with the title of evil eye, okay? So, what's going on with the evil eye energy towards you? This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? Some people might feel like they're not evil eye, so we're going to ignore that and just go with the energies of the evil eye towards you, okay? It says it's not going to come out right now. The energy field is very dark, but it doesn't want to come out right now. It says right now it's placing a hold on you to think there's nothing there. This is mirrors and smoke. So it says we can warn ourselves to look into it in that way through evil eye energy. So if mirrors and smoke energy is there, what's going on? It says right now the government doesn't want to hear from me. I know this. I won't want to know that I want to see you either. So I'm not going to come to you and speak to you. Okay, so this could be an earth sign. It doesn't have to be a Taurus, but the Taurus card has come out as the Hierophant. So this person is dedicated and committed to you or something going on around them. Or if it has something to do with the government has something to do with it, or maybe you. It doesn't say anything is going on, but it says, warning, I have evil eye for you. I know that, but I don't want to see you right now. And it says mirrors and smoke is there for you to see a problem with the jinn. The jinn energy is not coming forward as they know they have time to see themselves as dwarfs. So dwarf energy doesn't want to come forward either, but it does say that there's a problem here with a man that's doing telekinesis. So the telekinesis energy is there, but it says the man says he doesn't want to speak about it today directly to you. However, his energy is there and he warns himself to give you problems ongoing. So evil eye energy is problematic through ongoing energy of a narcissistic mental health person that doesn't know how to come forward in the mind of yours to speak about it, or maybe even place their mind on you reading them or challenging their energies. But it says the warning signs are there for you to see into the situation and not cry, because you may feel upset or sad about it if you hear too much about the situation. It says your mind is on them a lot nowadays because they've been placing a hold on you through your head. Your head is not going to be a playground for them to play with you. They will not see you in your mindset about things either. And they will not understand how to clarify being around your mind either. As a Scorpio native, at times it says they know they see themselves as a Scorpio. Okay? But they're not a Scorpio. They keep saying that because it's based around you being a Scorpio, someone around you being a Scorpio, or the warning signs are there for you to see a Scorpio, like you want to be with a Scorpio. Maybe even minding yourself the way you look at things. It could be the fact that they want you to know that your ideas are based around a Scorpio. It doesn't say that you feel that way. However, it says some of you guys are challenged in the Scorpionic realm. You may be a Virgo, say, for instance, or a Gemini, or a Libra, or even a Scorpio, all right? But you're placed around the Scorpio realm. You're not in the Scorpio mindset. You're not even a Scorpio in your own world. It's like you're in someone else's world right now. You could be a Gemini in Taurus's world. You could be a Scorpio in Gemini's world. You could be a Libra in Taurus's world. And so on. You could be in a different world right now in your mind. You might be who you are as the star sign you are, the sun sign that you are, but you're not in the same world as your as your absolute star sign. Because someone here wants to bother you and not place a mind around yours to think that way. And it does say this person wants to confuse you, borrow time of yours, and look at you like you're confused as well, or you shouldn't have good news with what you're doing in life. People don't want to pick on you directly, but it says, warning, if you're an Aquarius woman and you're jealous of a Scorpio or a Taurus, you may feel like you've got problems, because it says this person doesn't even know who he is. At times I have to place my mind around him like he's not mine, or he is mine, but I don't want to see him, so I have to walk away. Okay, this person doesn't realize that she's bothering your life to the 10th degree. She keeps going off and on about things in her mind that bother you or bother her and bother you and bother her and bother you and bother her and bother you and bother her. Doesn't say that she's your grandparent for some of you guys. It could be, all right? Because she doesn't want to be seen or heard. She's an evil eye, but she doesn't want to be looked at. She wants to look at you, okay? She could be your mother. She could be an aunt, or she could be a teacher. She could even be a government official or just someone around you, right? Now it says with a father figure that's around you, or even a person that could be a father figure around you, it could be a stepdad, he placed a spell on you. Ideally, she knows this, or she wants to know that you know this through a friend, a family member, or a person around you that could have been doing arts on you, even if it's not your stepfather, okay? Could be a grandparent, or it could be a person that does these things around the family, or around your friendship groups, around their friendship groups, or just somewhere around you know of or you don't know of, but they're doing spells, okay? Says this person's very, very good at their spells. How comes it's not warring with you or harming you the way I want it to? You've not screamed or shouted or come out of hiding and says, yes, I feel it. Why is it this person wants to see you scream and shout? This person says they don't know why they've been seeing these problems come into the mindset of yours through another person that they feel like would challenge the energies, which is a downstairs neighbor or someone else around them, because they realize people can work on the energies for them as they've been told. People will take place in their head for whatever it is that they want through their rituals and their spells. So it's like, even if, for instance, they ask for the devil to come and bite you somehow, someone out there will have that energy field to come out and bite you somehow. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But sometimes the local energy of the spell can work in the favor of the person that's doing the spells. Now, we know this for some of us, but not all of us know this. Hence why there's people out there that just play dumb, or they don't look into things as deeply as you do, or even use their understanding to be comprehensive about the situation. You may know that people come out of the woodworks at times and even want to know that they're going to do spells related to their own heads. However, it doesn't always have to be spells, right? It can just be, all right, I've come out the woodworks to scare you or get on your nerves or do this or do that to you, okay? But some people are hoping and praying this stuff would work and in their favor and soon. So sometimes it works sooner rather than later, and sometimes it works later rather than sooner. Sometimes it just doesn't cut it. It doesn't come out at all. It doesn't always take shape in the place of the spell holder either. Because time and time again, the people that are holding onto your energy and trying to do spell work are not always the ones that are doing the spells in a way that they're going to want it to come out. Hence why there's people that are going to come out the woodworks and do things or say things in the way they want, and not necessarily the way that the spell is supporting the mind of the person. Ideally, it's not going to work in the favor of the person that's rooted in evil and root magic doing the spell, because they're rooting out whoever could come out the woodworks, ideally from the shadows or wherever they are in life, to come and spook you with whatever it is the person wants. But it's not always going to work in that way. So karma comes to you in your mind if you believe everything, because you could have harmed yourself many times over with people's mindsets, even talking to you in your head. For some of you that are clairvoyant and you hear things or see things, or tarot readers for some of you guys, may even get spooked by what you see in your cards sometimes. So be careful of that energy. At the same time, you may feel like someone's trolling you and following you in the energy of cards, divination, or maybe even seeing in your mindset that this is happening, because it can happen through the mind's eye or even through clairvoyance, okay? With people whispering or talking to you and you can hear their voice so loudly, it's coming through the airways, okay? Doesn't say that it's always going to backfire on you. So just be careful of the energies that you exude in your mind. Ideally, you get what you get when you're given the opportunity to do so, whether you're born or through day-to-day experiences, or, you know, just being alive about, you know, whatever year time it is that you get special gifts from the universe to hear things, see things, or be a part of that life of divination where you can read things, see things, or hear things in karmic spells that are given to you to use through the divinational tools that, you know, God uses in life, because God don't plaster his mind away from spells, okay? God knows exactly what spells are, and God uses them every day. Jesus used them every day, and no one knows why we're not allowed to use them in the Bible. But hey, the Bible can't communicate why these spells are there anyway. And the Bible doesn't want to wash its mind away from you with this, but it can't be a part of the laws, okay? Because the laws are not going to communicate what spells can do, because it can be evil and it can be dark and it can be mind-boggling and twisting, and it can't be on the surface for people to see, so therefore it can't be used in the justice system to say there is facts, okay? So therefore, people can't use things that are see-through. Ideally, if you can't see it directly on paper or in front of you to read, write, feel, and touch in the third dimension, then we can't use it in real life, okay? Just like the fourth and the fifth dimension can't come about for you to understand what that is, because you can't get to understand it in your life, okay? So it's not going to be worth looking into or even reading, but you have the power to see what you want. And it doesn't see that there is going to be a bad omen for you with this energy, okay? So you have to mind yourself in a way that you see good news, and you also have to mind yourself in a way that you see bad news, because people don't always want to see good news for you. People don't always want to see bad news for you. Hence why people will come to you and say, you know something, I see something about you that I like, but I don't necessarily want to challenge your energy to tell you that I like you. However, it doesn't say that they need to. However, it doesn't always say that they have to. And however, it doesn't always say that they're going to, okay? So you've got to see things however you like, wherever you want to look at it, okay? And not to look at it in the mind's eye of your own, but in the mind's eye of another person. Hence why we've got people that are coming into the reading later on, maybe now if we can challenge your energies, but later on to see where it's going with these people that have left you or they're trying to challenge you, okay? Because a message has to come out sometimes before the actual goings on in the universe with things that are warning you this is what's happening, because it's that time of year where we've got to explain it in that way, or even in any year at this time, because of the way the universe is trying to pronounce things to our mindset, okay? So when it comes to astrology, the universe is trying to tell you something, okay? If you want to know through astrology mindset in a reading, you will have good luck. It says good luck is going to come to you through Chiron, if I'm pronouncing that right. Good news is there for you to see things through Chiron, because it's not trying to show you anything bad is going to come about. You've got good news to move forward in your mindset about something. You've got only time to look at it in the mind of another person's if you wanted to challenge the energies. But if not, then you've got to look at it through your own eyes, okay? Because this person feels like they're loyal to you to a fault. They really witness things in their mind, like they could help themselves through food, drink, maybe even things that they want. And they don't know how to communicate things that are out of the ordinary to you. So they're not going to challenge you in your mind today. But they will do that on a Wednesday or a Tuesday. It might be Tuesday or Wednesday that they might come and challenge your energy around something, okay? But it says they might not say anything at all, because they really witness something that you've been getting along good in your mind about things, but they don't need to come and challenge it in a way that they're bullying you or participating in any long-term grief that you could have. And they realize if they do that, they're going to be in trouble, because you're trying to change or become a better person and you don't want to hear no nonsense. Hence why you will put the phone down on this person if they ever come and tried you. And it doesn't say that it's bad news. It says warning signs are there for these people to see that you're not playing with them. You've got a group of friends or a group of people that don't like you very much, or they do like you, but they don't like you to the point they want to participate in everything that you've got going on or anything that you've got to say right now, or maybe even around the time that you feel like you need to say something. Maybe even at times when you want to know that you could, you know, pass the mind to theirs to say, hey, how are you? And then they ignore you, or they take the time to come in and speak, but they all have to follow each other's mindset and laugh at each other about it because they realize they're doing it. Or they just don't know why they're challenging their mind to be a part of your mindset. But it's like you get the upper hand in the way that you see fit in your mind about things, because you made a story in their head come out. How you should be on top of the world because you placed a hold around their heads. The thing is, you're not looking at it in the way that some of them see it. It's like you haven't tried to bully anyone to stay in a place that they don't want to be. They keep laughing at you and making fun of you behind your back because you are bigger than their mind. Ideally, your mindset is huge. It thinks way out of the ordinary, or it participates in things that would bring them common sense to be good to your mind. Okay? Not necessarily their own. Because why not their own? They're not thinking in their own way. They rather think in the way that you think, but they're not thinking in the way that they think. And even if they was to think in the way that they think, it's really, really beyond them. It's like, I can't be like that. I don't want to be even a part of a group that sees me like that. And it says their mindset doesn't want to change, because if they was to be taken away from you, they would be harmed. Do you understand? It's like they want to be a part of your settings, a part of your group, a part of your mindset, a part of your team, but they don't know how to fit in. And it's like you're trying to help them and show them how, but they still pick on it or ridicule it or cut it loose in their mind like it shouldn't be that way. But why shouldn't it be that way and you want to be a part of it? Does that make sense? It's like, why do they want to be a part of it? And they're ready to do so, but why do they want to be a part of it and think that it's okay to not be in the mindset where you have good news in your mind? Like, your perspective makes more sense about it. After all, you made the group, or you made the comings together. You may have set the energy or the tone for good karma to come to them and the mindset of yours in a way that you participate together. You know? So it's like, why are you bashing me behind my back or making me feel like I'm less than, and you don't know that you're doing it, no? Is that what you're saying, Satan? Because you look at them like they're the devil, and really they're not the devil, but they're acting like little devils. They're really crying though. They're sad. The jealousy is coming out. It's biting you, and it's biting their own minds as well, by the way. There's a female in the group as well, and she sees that it's biting her so badly to be nasty to you that she has to be nice, even if she's not nice directly to you at times. She's warned herself that people could have walked away or not wanting to see you, but she realized these people are nasty. They don't really like you for who you are, or they don't like themselves in a part of the situation. They don't want to know they're part of a committee, but she feels proud to be a part of something. Hence why she's sad right now that you had to let go of someone that was important to the group in your own way or in her own way. She feels like you would feel sad about it to some degree. Now, you would in your own opinion, but not enough to stay in the mind of, you know what, she said sorry, I'm going to let her back. No, it says she's got to go and think about her life. And that's that. It doesn't say that you should let her back in either, because she's very narcissistic, and it says the problem with her is that she would troll everybody and harm them, even the person that feels sorry for her. And that's where it goes wrong for you all. If you feel sorry for her, she's going to bite you. Ideally, if you feel sorry for a Marga dog, the Marga dog will turn around and bite you if you try to feed it. Okay, this is the term that people can come out with in St. Lucia, Jamaica, or anywhere else in the Caribbean. But it says no one's going to probably give you that mindset today until you see what's going on in JA for yourself, because someone there wants you to participate in the mind game of a spell. There's a headache right now in the mind of a person. I want to know that it's there. I see it's there. I'm problematic, says a woman. There's a woman around you. She could be an aunt or a problematic woman that likes to do spells. She says she sees herself in this trance. I want to make sure she's put in this trance. Now, if you've heard that this woman has put you under a spell. Now, your head is not in the spell, but it is in the spell. And she challenges it, warning herself daily she's got to do this dressing or undressing in the spell to harm you. Okay? Now, does it work on you? Yes, it does, to a certain degree, but not all the time. It's like it's challenging your energies alongside a jinn's energy, which is now working because of a man that entered your life through a marriage in a partnership of your mum or a friend around you or a family member or someone around you that recently got married in the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Okay. Now, this person may not want to come back into the mindset of yours again after the person leaves the marriage. They will witness things in the bad way that they did before. They wouldn't want to come to you and speak to you in that way. They would have karma backlashing on them every day for whatever it is they did in any spell or ritual to punish you. Because it says now these spells are working out for this person because of the folklore energy that was used in the spells that the married partner has used. Before, it wasn't working. So anyone that does spells on you in folklore energy, it's going to work. Any other spell is not going to work. You have to use folklore energy in any spell if you want demons to come and possess a person's head and make them go into a trance, like as if they've got to have exorcism and things to get them out of it. These are folklore spells, okay? Now, these people have put themselves inside these spells. Ideally, there could be another man that's done it and he's being quiet and he doesn't want to speak about it because he does spells. It could even be you and your energy that does spells, but you don't want to target anyone more than you should because you realize now that it's backfiring on your mindset not to have good news because they keep warring with you. The truth is it warred with them twice what you did in the Gardens of Eden, which is also a graveyard. For some of you guys, you may have planted some roots in a graveyard to try and get rid of some evil. Now, it's worked like a charm and you don't realize that. The thing is, it's only going to work like a charm for you for like a little while. It doesn't work all the time unless you're doing these spells all the time. Only because the folklore that you're using against your mindset is not going to give you good news. Ideally, it's like you've used some type of folklore, but you didn't realize it. And it's like you didn't ask for a demon or a ghost spirit to come to anyone, but there's ghosts in the backyard of your mind, okay, in that graveyard place down the road. It says it's going to work like a charm for you to get rid of someone in the native lands of Ethiopia, which is not true, but they know they're Gambian or African or Ghanaian or St. Lucian for some of them as well, or somewhere else in Jamaica, maybe Guyanese for some of them as well. There's also places around, okay, just around. America could be one of them as well, Canada as well. But it says there's places around. Dubai is not coming close, but there's someone that keeps looking and saying, all right, where's this going? Where's this going? Where's this going? They want to know. So it keeps looking around, all right? It says this person doesn't know where they're going with their spells. They will use spells to conquer their mindset if they have to. They will pray to God that this spell will work if they could. It's not going to work. And you know something? It's never going to work in a factory setting. Ideally, if they keep practicing their spells on you, it will never work because backlash energy is there to conquer them today. If you ever wanted to plant a root again in the Garden of Eden, ideally, where all the dead is, because the Garden of Eden has death, has death. Okay? People don't know this. Why do you think Adam and Eve came into spirit in the Garden of Eden? There's spirits there. Only people know, okay? But this person says she knows a lot about spirituality through family or things that she even looks at because she studies this stuff very heavily, all right? But she doesn't want you to know everything in her mindset about it. So she passed the buck on to another female that could know more. This female doesn't want to talk to you or even say anything to your mind about anything. She doesn't want to bring up anything or even look at your mind today. She doesn't even like you. She doesn't need to like you, and she feels like there's no need for me to even like her. But you didn't do anything to her, and you could be her niece. But you didn't do anything to this woman, and she just doesn't like you. She participates in negative energy of a mindset around your mother. But it says, warning, I didn't do anything to you, so why do you hate me so much? This is where she goes wrong again and says, I hate you even more for asking me that question. Goodbye. Doesn't say that you need to ask her that question. Doesn't say anything needs to come about in that mindset for you to ask her that question. But the truth is she doesn't like you. She doesn't want to argue it. She could shout it or tell you off for why she doesn't like you and be nasty if she wanted to, but she's not going to. She realized her head is around her home and her family. And it doesn't say that she even needs to think about her home and her family the way you would. You could participate in spells or jealousy or rituals around her that would make sense only to you. Karma comes to her like this because she doesn't understand you as a person. She doesn't need to, but she doesn't really care either. So the thing about it is that she's not going to participate in her mind around it. She doesn't care about it, but she doesn't want to look at you with evil eye any more than she needs to. So she's using your mindset to leave you to wonder if a friend or a family member around you likes you more. And you don't really realize it, but there's someone there in the mindset of that graveyard that wouldn't like your mindset being there doing these things to a person. But it says this person's not coming forward to you. So don't do it again around that mindset. Like the way you did it, just coming and dumping things around there and then this person's mad. It says this person doesn't even need to acknowledge you. You wasn't asking for the assistance of someone that's going to backlash on you. You wasn't even asking for assistance, really. You just heard, you know what, I could do some things and it's going to work in my favor. Maybe if I just work on it a little bit in the mindset of mine to say, all right, I'm doing it in this way. Not really knowing what would happen because only you and God can understand sometimes, if you're not told, what can happen when you're doing certain things. You understand? It's like you have to use your mindset around the universe to say, okay, this is what's going to happen, or this is what's there, and this is what's going to happen, okay? It doesn't say you knew what you knew today, all right? But at the same time, you know that you're going to have good news or bad news with people. You're going to watch your ways. You're going to watch your whining and moaning ways around a person is what they said because you don't look good in their opinion. But it says, you know something? I'm not trying to look good in front of you. Who are you looking at? Are you fannying around my head, because this person could laugh all day about why they need to look at you, because lesbianism doesn't need to come into it, you know, and definitely not from ancest invitations. It doesn't necessarily need to be that way, is what this person would say, but it's like, you're looking at me in that way. You and my mum are very weird right now. Is there something that you need to discuss or even talk to me about? Because there's some weird energy going on about, you know, lesbian behavior, but in an incest type of way in the family. And it says it's not going to be very good for you to even get your head involved in, even though you wouldn't mind seeing that there's enemy energy sometimes, because sometimes you want to look and see who's who. But it's not that you're trying to do it in a way that you're bringing it about. It's like, are you there? Because I can feel something, but I can't sense if it's true or not. And it's true, it is there, but it's trying to hide itself. So we ask for whatever's hidden to come about in a way that we can just see it and leave it alone, because we need to know if it's there and if it's going to harm us. The truth is, there is a female that doesn't know why she likes you so much, but she does. She loves you, in fact. She says, I've met you and I realize I really, really like you. So I can't even be nasty to you. I hide the narcissism all the time. I will make sure that I hide it, because I don't want to know that I'm disgusted with you. But the truth is, she feels like the energy is there too, because she's based her mind around it many, many times. In fact, she does this on a daily basis. Hence why you have to say, well, is there something I need to be aware of? Friends? Do you know what I mean? Like, friends or people around you is what someone wants to say. Friends? That's none of your business, you would say to a person. So let them mind their business, because they're trolling their head around you, using evil eye on you. It could be your mum, it could be a family member like an auntie. It could be also a man that's attached to the wedding of a mind around your auntie or your mum or some other friend group. And it doesn't say anything other than that. But there could be an evil eye person, like a wicked, wicked, evil witch person. She may not be a witch like, you know, in folklore, but she knows that she's a witch in a dark way. She's got spirited energy around her mindset. She may even feel like she's dramatic as well, okay? She could do drama. Maybe she does like things around, you know, the earth that she feels like is earthy. She may even participate in plays as well. Some of you guys may have family relatives in that way as well, but it says that person's not really too witchy today. She can come out with her evil eye sometimes with another female, but she uses that female too much to back her up. But it says all these people have evil eye. What are you going to do about it? No one says that you're needing to challenge your energy or do anything, but it says, I'm warning you, I want you to come forward and jump in my mind about it. But this person that's trolling you heavily could be a mother. All right, it could be a mother. If it's not a stepmother, if it's not a mother figure that you just know, like someone's a mother around you, she could be an older person, like you could call her auntie, or you could just see her as a respected older woman, or you could, you know that she's an older woman, older than you, if you don't respect her. However, it says this woman is just an older woman that does not like you, and she may use slurs constantly, day after day, to challenge you. She's a demon, so it doesn't say what's going on with her directly. It says her mindset is challenging the demons around her to trouble you every day, and she won't stop. She will trouble every demon there is around the earth and inside the earth and outside of the earth and up and down the well to gladly harm you. And the thing is, she does it because of a mindset centered around your father, maybe even a friend around her or people. She doesn't know why she does it directly, other than she shouldn't have had children. She feels like the beast in her wants to know that she's a brilliant woman, and it can't show her that through your minds or anyone's. She's dark, she's evil, and her spells are dried up. In November, they will dry up more than anything. Okay, November the 1st or before then. And it says it's only going to happen more so because someone else is judging you and judging her and says they can't have this no more. It's too much. They've got to take their mindset off of you for things they've done in the past to harm you, because they could have put spells on you in the past or cursed your life. Okay, and it says this person doesn't know why they're doing it more than they should have, because they should have never participated in a man's rituals when it came to you being in a childish state of mind, or even in the womb, because you could have been in the womb when a person had passed judgment on you. Okay, now this woman should have never insulted your lights. She should have never done that at all, but she witchcraft her head when she did this. She realized you're backfiring on her now, and you've got to help her mindset to heal. It says karma comes, because why would you have to help her mind? Because she feels like she can't let go. But the thing is, if she's ever going to be in your life, she has to participate in a good way, being good to you. But if she does let go, she's going to see herself in a better way, so she better move on. The truth is, she can't think about why she's going to let go, because she sees negative energy around you. She wants to use to participate in harming you, but it says if it ever happens, she'll have to go down in judgment. Okay, so we have to move this energy on. She's a nasty aunt of your mother's or father's. She does know that she's a liberty taker. She also realized she's a rented mind from someone else's mind, because people look at her like, you're not really who you say you are. You pretend to be that way. And she says she knows this because she can be nice and nasty, and very nasty more than nice. But she knows who you are, and she feels like she can't come to you because she's dead. But she keeps challenging her mind around you and looking for you everywhere she goes in the ether to see if you're okay. It says the time has come for her to move on. The witness protection in her mind is telling her that there's females around her that will pull her out of your mind, or even pull her out of your way. And it will go down in November that she's left you with a mind of her own through a man. This man may not be a good man for you. He could be a good man, but it just depends on how you treat him, she says. Now, if this woman doesn't leave you alone through this man, there's going to be problems, because this man is not going to be any type of concubine energy for you to sleep with or stay with. This man is not going to be nasty to you either. At first, he might be. At times when you think he is going to be nasty, he might be, but then he'll dilute the nastiness instantly. It's like, I was nasty to you for the first 5 minutes, and I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Now, does he exude a personality that you've seen before? Maybe. But does he make you feel like you should stay with him? Not a chance until he turns around and apologizes. It's like he's so quick to turn around and make fairness with you that he shouldn't have gone down the road in the first place that he tried to go down with you, with a very lucrative kind of way of looking at things through his mind. He says he doesn't know what it is with you and your stomach or your shape or your size, but he likes you. He doesn't really care if he bothers his mind around you to see good news, because it doesn't say that he wants you until he actually meets you in person, and he happily grabs you to kiss you down, love you, sex on you, do whatever lovers do, and then he warns himself not to leave you. That's the catch right now. It's like he's not going to leave you, but he wants to know he could leave you if he wanted to. Now, why would he want to leave you for? After all, he says he's not going to leave you. Doesn't that sound a bit manipulative? It's like a red flag, right? So why would you even want to be with a man like that? Does that make sense? It's like there's too much riddles in one. Now, that doesn't sound like someone you want to stay with. So, as for you, you have to make a decision quick whether you want to or be alone. That's what the answer is. But the truth is, it's not really a lie. It's the truth, because no one doesn't come to you until November of the following year, or the third year, because there's two men coming in your existence around that time. Yeah, even if you start dating this new guy, there's other guys that are coming, and you might still want to talk to them, or even make them beta, like karmically give them pleasure behind the scenes, or you could speak to them behind the man's back, or even just take your time to get to know them, because you're not in a serious relationship yet until you feel like talking to them. Okay, now the truth is, you don't have to speak about the mindset of yours or this man's mind, because he's a cheater, not in your opinion, or even on the surface, because he likes to know he can play mind games. However, he will not come to you with any cheating mentality, because he will know that you're going to troll his mind, or you're going to allow him to be who he wants to be, and then settle the differences later with a beating like I've dumped you. Okay? But he doesn't cheat. He absolutely is genuine with this. He doesn't cheat. He doesn't want to know he can. He might just work the brain a little bit, and that will bother you. So it's like, don't work my brain. Don't bother me. Don't get on my nerves. Can we, sort this out? Ideally, he will try to, but he won't always succeed until November comes round of the following year. He realizes he's in love with you. He shouldn't challenge you or treat you bad. Then he realized that he's in love with you so much to the point he marries your mindset. He wants to be like you. Then he starts troubling his mind around you being a bit chubby, or you've lost weight by then. So it just depends. Then he sees that he's not going to leave you, because he has to stay with you based on your sons and your father figure and whoever it is that's there in the background troubling you and being there for you at the same time, because they do this, right? But his mindset holds on to his mother's venom, saying that he knows he's got to trouble you not any more than he should, because he realized he's got to dilute his problems around you. Okay, because he's got problems. Then he sees himself in a problem with you, and then he defends himself, but then you defend him anyway. So it's like you don't leave him and he doesn't leave you, but you both have issues, and you deal with the situation very delicately, but in a troubling way, and then in a way that partnerships do not like to be together, but they still stay together. Does that make sense? It's like it's troubling your mind to even think about it, but it works out in your favor anyway, because he doesn't leave you, and he doesn't trouble you enough for you to want to leave him. So both of you stay with each other, and then you both stay with each other crying about things, and you moan about things, and then you justify why it doesn't even work to moan. Because you just got to stop troubling the mindset of an evil ancestor that wants you to moan. So church could be the answer. Blessing each other, warning that you need to work on things could definitely be the answer, because you're not going to stop looking for him in that mindset. And then you want to see him in a blessed way. So karma comes to you like this, because you've got a karmic kind of relationship coming in, is what it could look like on the surface, but it's a soulmate. He's actually disguised as a soulmate. He's like karmic as he comes in, and then he's instantly turned into a soulmate. Okay? So be warned that he could be troubling you to begin with, but he won't be troublesome forever. And he'll stay there and marry your mindset until you death do your part. Like, he might even trouble you, like to go down the aisle and have 2 more kids if you want, but it's going to work out in your favor, and it double doses on your mind while you stay, because you think he's sexy. You think he's handsome. You think he's all that and a bag of chips. Everything about him is perfect. So you get a new man. Okay? Some of you guys, this is what's happening. It's very specific for some of you guys, but it's going down in that way, because karma's coming to you all. But it says love life trauma is not going to be with you anymore in June, July, and October of the next 2 years. And even after that, if we can continue to move forward like this with family issues, or even karmic cosmos kind of energy through native sound systems of the universe, let's put it that way, because there's people that don't know if they've noticed you, but you will look into theirs while they're looking into you. Okay, hence why we've got to leave the situation alone and not talk about it too much, because your mindset will want to know who's this, who's that, who's that, who's this, and it doesn't make sense, because someone is there looking at you and they're watching you and you're watching them. It's like, yeah, I see you, I want to see you more. Who the hell are you talking about me? Okay, so it's going to be that or nothing, and it does say it will be that or nothing, but you will have to learn to live with it, because your ancestors are getting in the way and they're stirring the pot here. So you go and look for whatever it is that you want to have fun, and leave the situation to your ancestors, because good news is coming. Okay, but that's going to be all for now. We will see you later in another reading. Okay, so we'll speak to you next time, possibly later on this evening, if not tomorrow, but we'll see you next time. Okay, ciao for now. Bye.